I think that that's a great point you make, Ludmila, the whole idea about work and who succeeds, because I'm sure you've seen it in your working environment, and I'm sure many of the people who are watching, sometimes it's the people who almost work the system and politic who get on, and it's not the people who actually create value. And I think that sometimes being out of the office, it's much clearer in a way to see who is producing and who's not, and who's talking and who is doing. So hopefully, I think, as you're saying, things will have to change, and hopefully, it's the people who actually do good work and who add value. They will be the ones who are seen to be, well, hopefully, will be promoted, and you'll be able to clearly see their value. Whereas the guys and girls who are politicking, they'll be shown for what they really are, talkers, but not doers. What do you think?
Exactly. What you were mentioning about people who produced results but are not seen because some people have talent for politics and water cooler conversations has been a major issue for many people in the workplace. And in the remote environment, we are forced to look at results and outcomes and actual productivity rather than impressions. And I do think that people who are producing results are going to do better. And also it changes some of the perceptions of leadership. So according to some of the research that is emerging, because also leaders used to emerge because they were good talkers. And now leaders emerge because they are supporters and because they're reliable and because they are responsible. So we do see hopefully a very helpful change in that outcomes, character, productivity are going to matter more in the workplace, and various types of fluff are going to matter less.
And I think that's a great point you make about, I think, problem solving. And I think especially going forward, I think the great skill of good leaders is, look, they can't know everything, but they know where the problems are to some extent, and they know who they can call to solve those problems. So they may not be able to problem solve, but I think they're self-aware enough to know, okay, this is a real issue. They can almost scan the future and see where the problems are coming from, and then call upon the appropriate people to come and fix those problems. What do you think, Ludmila?
Absolutely. Leaders don't know everything. They don't have to know everything. And it's facilitation that matters. And calling on appropriate people, hopefully, again, the most qualified people, rather than based on external characteristics and biases, is going to be very important. And of course, we also know that is calling on appropriate people very often was just calling on people who are just like me. So another big factor is being able to look at qualifications and not pay that much attention to biases and similarities. So that's another way of maybe expanding positive influence in the workplace, where leaders go to experts and they don't necessarily think that experts look and sound just like them.